display, and you've got blue depicts the sky, the brown depicts the ground, and you can see the altimeter or altimeter setting, and this is your airspeed indication, and this is your heading reference, and this is the radar altimeter showing we're 1 foot off the ground, which we're on. This is the navigation display, and you can have like 2 VOR references or an ADF, which you don't really use much anymore. And then you have different modes, the ARC mode, the plan mode, which shows the actual route of flight plan, and then there's the flight plan with the navigation ring, VOR mode, and then if you get an ILS, so there's your ILS guidance. Usually keep it in the ARC mode. This will show you any constraints that you have on the here for altitudes, and this shows airports if there's any airports around. And then here's landing gear showing 3 greens. This is your auto brake system for takeoff. We use max, depending on the length of the runway, usually low or medium, but this is always used on landing as you get back up. There's a clock. This is your brake accumulator pressure, where it shows that the brakes are set, and that's the PSI, 0, 1,000, 3,000. This is the landing gear handle, and when it goes up, this goes green, and this is red when it's down. And in transit, these are your engine displays. When the FADEC is turned on, you get the indications of what the engine does, and that's just for start. And then this screen shows all the different systems, like that would be your engine, pneumatic, pressurization, electrical, hydraulic, fuel, APU, air conditioning, like this shows the zones of the cabin and what the temperature is, and then the aft cargo. That's your door page. It shows you what doors are open, and if the slides are armed. This is the wheel page, which also indicates brake temperature. They turn red once they get to a certain thing, and then these are your spoiler panels upon landing, they lift up. That's the flight control page, and you can see it's not up right now, but when you move the control surfaces, it shows up there. And then when you have like a problem, it'll go up here, it'll have the fault warning computer, will tell you what it is, and then it'll give you procedures on this page. These are the old standby instruments, and then it's the same thing on that side. Up here is where you put your altimeter settings. This instrument is for this Indian PFD, this one is for that, and then there's, we're going to do a selected speed, heading, your altitude, or if you want to do a vertical speed. Autopilot 1, autopilot 2, this is your auto throttle engagement. This is a climb or descent with an expedite mode. If you want to arm the approach to capture an ILS, you press this button. You'd also have this ILS mode engaged. And then for a non-precision approach, you use the approach button, but you don't engage the ILS. And then, let's see, this is where you get your data for your flight plan, where you can also call up ATC and get your airport information with ATC requests, your pre-departure clearance, and then it prints right here. There's a printer. Paper comes out. And then as you come down, here's your throttles. This indicates the reverse. You pull this up and over, and the back indicates your reverse thrust on landing. This is trim, and on this airplane it's auto trim. Once you take off after about 50 feet, there's no trimming by the pilots. It's all automatically done by the aircraft. And these are your communications with ATC, how you talk. These are the radio frequencies. You dial here, and then it sets it over here, and then you press this button to make it active. And then you've got VHF 1, 2, 3, your high frequencies. This is your internet. Your intercom between the 2 pilots, and this is when you want to talk flight attendants and back. If you want to have a headset on, you want to make a PA, you just press that button. Then here's your transponder, just lights. This is more of a maintenance thing. To start the engines, you go over here with the FADEC and then engine 1, engine 2, just flip the switch up. And each time you flip it up, if it doesn't get on the first attempt, it gives it 4 more attempts, and then it settles down and does it again. Here's your flap settings, your rudder trim, which is also auto trim, but you reset it to 0 before departure. This is So the parking brake is on, and then the gravity extension of the gear, if you have an emergency like that, this would be where you would go. And this, if you have your headset off and you just want to make a PA, you just press this button and talk here, and you can make announcements to the passengers. And then up here is the panel for your systems. Like if you have an engine fire, this would be the button you would push, and it would like stop the hydraulic system. You can test it right there. And then you can see where you have like the, what is it? Fire extinguisher models. And then this is your blue hydraulic. These are hydraulic systems that do various things like braking and yada yada yada. There's your fuel pumps, batteries. These would be the zone, the turn to get the select temperature for the cockpit forward aft cabin. There's your pack flow off the engines. You can do low, normal, or high. We have an external power unit, which is a small engine in the back of the plane, and it's here. It's not supposed to be on, but there's you want air circulating through the cabin, keep everybody warm. You push that one. Here's your anti-ice for the engines. There's it for the wing. The window heat does need to be on. You can press that. This is a cabin pressurization part where if you just select this back and forth, this switch the systems, or you can use it manually. These are just the external lights, like the beacon, the wings, landing, seatbelt sign, smoking, emergency lights. Windshield wiper is engine manual start. Like on a super cold morning, you might need to do this because it just doesn't start that easy sometimes. There's the ventilation, there's the cargo smoke and stuff. There's the temperature for the aft cargo in case you have a dog or something back there. And then these are computers. And over here it's just calls. You've got flight attendant. You can put on a green light. You want to call the mechanic downstairs. These are the ones when you hear the dings. Those are the buttons that you're pushing. And oxygen system, flight data recorder. This is the ground clock stuff, the terrain, glide slope, like flaps. This is emergency electrical power, which is a ram air turbine, which will deploy in the case of a loss of essential AC power. Those are some more computers, and then these are the IRSs for user navigation. And that's pretty much it.